Hello, it's Gina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about coffee dyed papers. Now this isn't a video that tells you about the process I used. I'm not, showing you how to do it. There are so many videos online that take you through that process and tell you exactly how to go about coffee dyeing. I've tried it twice. The first time was very basic, but this last time I did something different, which I was kind of excited about. So when thinking about some upcoming videos that I wanted to do, I realized I might be using some of these papers, so I thought it would be best if I would do a quick video just to talk about them so that when you see me use them, you'll know where they came from. All right, this was my first attempt. It's very basic, has some coffee splatters. Here I did some note cards. Here's your classic coffee cup ring, which I used a coffee cup for. I thought they came out pretty well. I was all excited that I used a fork. I drug a fork across, to get those lines. Played around and just, saw what happened. I used some regular paper, lined paper, and also did some labels, which I thought was a pretty cool idea, and I will probably use some of these in an upcoming video. But very straightforward, basic first attempt at coffee dyeing. I got in the mood to try it again just last week, and I watched a video. God, I'll try to look up the video and put the link to it in the description box, but offhand I can't think of her name or the name of her channel. But she showed her process, and she used some sort of piece of plastic that had lace on one side. And the papers were just gorgeous. And after seeing that video, I thought, let me take another try, another stab at this, and let me see what I can do and put a little twist on it of my own. And this is what I came up with. I decided to use stencils. I didn't have any plastic or anything, anything like what she used. So I used what I had, and I have several stencils, so I thought I would see if that would work. Didn't know if it would work, but that's how we learn, isn't it? We just give it a try and we see what happens. If nothing happens or it doesn't work out the way we like, we try something else. So I went with the stencils, and I was really excited by how it turned out. So I'm going to just show them to you really quickly. Now the top few, I don't know, it was an old cookie sheet that I used, so I don't know if it was like rusty. I know the brew I made for coffee, I put a few instant packs in one, and so it was pretty dark, and you'll see some of that later. But I don't know if like my pan was rusting or what, but the first few, to be honest, I'm not that crazy about the color. It's okay. I hope I can find something to use it for that it will go with, but it's this pale gray, and I like gray, but I don't know, for some reason I'm just not feeling these. But you can take a look and see the stencils and how well it worked. So that I was really excited about. I'll show you what some of the stencils I used are in a minute. Actually, let me show you now, and then that way you can recognize some of the stencils when I show you the papers. All right, here are a few of the stencils that I used. This one I used a lot, and it's one that I made out of hot glue. So it looks like a bunch of flowers all together. I don't really use it very often, so I thought, hey, I made that. It's cute, so let's give it a try. And you'll be able to see this. I used that one a couple of times. I've got this one from Tim Holtz. Like the stone, the cracks, and then the bricks. I've got this one. That one turned out really well also. This one, I'm sorry I don't have them all in their packs and I don't know the names. But yeah, that one turned out really well. You'll be able to see that later. I don't even know if you can see it now. But yeah, I liked how that one turned out. This one, it's got it's got like little arrows here and then like a honeycomb on this side. And believe it or not, this is something I picked up at the dollar store, and I think it's just a matte that you put down. And to be honest, I don't know if it's used in the kitchen or if it's used in the bathtub. I don't really know what it was for, but I thought it would make a cool stencil, and it does. It made a really cool stencil, and you will be able to see these right away. I don't know if you can see them, but they got little squares. But for $1, that was an awesome stencil. And then I did use some of these bigger ones. This one's called Cell Theory. I can't tell you what it's called. These ones are still in their wrap. I put back in their wrapper. And this one is Pebbles. Yeah, that came out really well too. I also used this piece of shelf lining, which I got at the dollar store as well. Let's see if you can see that. I grabbed anything that had a pattern on it. And that came out really well also. That made a really great stencil. So two of my favorite ones came from the dollar store, and you get a whole roll of this. So just look around your house, see what you've got, anything that has a pattern and won't be totally ruined if you put it in coffee. Or at least if you don't care if it gets ruined if you put it in coffee. Use it and try it and see what the result is. You may really, really love it. Okay, let's go back to the papers. All right, so here we go. Here's these first couple that's with that funky gray that I did not particularly like. Okay, here's a couple of these. You can see the Tim Holtz stencil, see the bricks, and whatever that is, stones maybe. You can see that, and again, you can see that same stencil. The one I made with the flowers. You can see it real well there. Here it is again. And okay, this we're getting into more of the brown, and I like these a lot better. I don't know. Oh, I think I do know. This was beside a different one that's farther down, and I'll tell you about it. It had leaves, although you can't see the leaves, and you can't see the leaves on the other one that I like really well either, but it just still came out really cool. We're not there yet though. Okay, here I just laid these doilies down. These are the ones I used actually, you can see. I just laid doilies down and came up with that print, which I thought's really pretty. Just kind of plain on the back. Look at that. Is that cool or what? I believe that's the Pebbles. Yeah. That's that one that looks like the Pebble stencil. That turned out really, really neat. And here's the other one. What was it called? Oh, Cell Theory. Yep. Here's that one. Okay. Oh, look. That really shows the pebbles. Too cool. Isn't that awesome? So I was super excited about using stencils because some of them came out really, really well. Okay. Oh, look, isn't that neat? Yeah, these are really darker. We're getting into the darker ones. I love how some of these came out. And again, I don't know why. Now this is gray, but I like this better. It's a darker gray. It's like, it looks like it's meant to be gray, I guess. So, and it's mixed in with the darker color. But I like that. I like that better. And look at that. Isn't that cool? And it's funny because it even is a little bit textured. Look at that. Isn't that so neat? I just love that. I just love it. There's another one. Ooh, there's that fancy stencil. Isn't that pretty? I should have done another one with that. Here is, well, I did do another one with that. Here is the one that I had leaves from last year. They were hard, and I was afraid that they were just going to crunch and break down, but after soaking in the coffee, they were quite pliant again, so, which was cool. But I was a little disappointed first that you can't see a leaf shape, like, at all. But then once I got over that, I looked at it and was like, oh wow, it is just really cool. So yeah, both sides, they're different, but I like them both. That was pretty cool. Okay, yeah, I did do, this is a smaller one that was just the whole stencil. So, yep, and that went all the way through to both sides. I like that. I accidentally tore it though when I was trying to move it when it was still wet. Now this came out, it's cool, but it didn't come out as quite like I had hoped it would. What I used was some of the lace that I had, because I thought, oh, well, I have some lace. It's not plastic lace. But honestly, it didn't really pick it up very well. It did pick up a little bit of these beads that I put down. I just, you know, kind of laid the beads down like this. You know, and put another piece of paper over it, and you can kind of, you can feel the beads. I mean, you can feel the texture from where the beads are, and you can kind of see them. It's cool, I like it, but you really can't see the lace at all, so I was a little disappointed in that. But overall, it really turned out neat. And look, there's my dollar store plastic mat. Isn't that awesome? I have another one. It turned out so well. I just think that's neat looking. And look, here's the other one. Here's the paper, the shelf liner. Isn't that cool? These turned out to be great. These stencils turned out to be really, really great for dyeing and leaving its imprint. Oh, here's the other piece that was sandwiched around the beads. And you can kind of see them there. Oh, and here's another one. You can see them a little better here. I didn't realize how many, I only did that once. I didn't realize how many pieces of paper had that imprint on it. And there we go. Awesome. So those are my papers that I dyed. And like I said, if you want me to, I'll be glad to do a video about how I coffee dyed and how I, use the stencils. Then just leave me a comment and let me know. I'll be glad to do a video for you. Oh, before I go, I tried one more thing. I made these. All right, you're gonna think I'm crazy. And for this, I used this stencil. Looks like a doily. But this one is pink. And what I used is watermelon juice. We had some watermelons that were delicious in this heat. I don't know where you are. It is blazing hot where I am. And so these watermelons we cut up that were so good. And I had so much juice left. And I thought, why not? Let's try it and see what happens. I will tell you that it drew a lot of flies. Flies love watermelon and watermelon juice. So you might not want to put it right next to your door, because I did mine outside, which is why I say that. But I thought it was really interesting. It left a really interesting pattern. The stencil worked out really well on this also. I mean, look at that. Hopefully you can see it. It's so hard for me to tell what you can see when I'm filming, because it looks fairly faint in my my little viewfinder here. So hopefully you're able to see it better than what I think you can. But I was excited. I think it's kind of neat. It's very subtle, very light pink, interesting design. This one was just the paper itself. I don't know. It just has an interesting quality about it. So I did a couple of cards too. I was on a roll, I'm telling you people. I'm looking around thinking, what else can I use? What else can I use? But I just wanted to share that. I just did a couple. This is all I made out of the watermelon juice. I just really kind of wanted to try it and see how it turned out. And I like it. So there you go. Those are my coffee dyed papers. Like I said, if you're really interested in my process, then leave me a comment and let me know. and I will make that video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you will see these papers used in future videos. And when you do, you'll know where they came from. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!